Howdy guys, how's it going? So sorry for the late introduction here. That rainstorm took and crept up on us, and because it wasn't really supposed to rain, just supposed to be overcast today, but we ended up getting about 3 hours worth of rain. And while I was filming the rain shots, some water got underneath the screen protector because I use my phone primarily for recording, and I couldn't use anytime you get water around a touch screen, you can't really use its function, and it was selecting and like pausing the video and all of that. So I sat back and chilled out in the hammock while I waited for that to dry out, and I nodded off, and it's now 8:17. I am pretty dang hungry, but the rain has stopped, and now it should be stopped for the rest of the night into tomorrow. We shouldn't be getting no more rain for a couple of days, hopefully. That's what it says. But it's very wet. I do plan on using a fire for making my food, and we got some cool stuff to look at and talking. And you have to forgive me, like I said, I just woke up from a nap, so anytime I first get up, my brain is pretty scrambled. So I got a pretty cool new light here that I wanted to show you guys. This is an I believe it's pronounced Out-Ask. It could be Out-Task. The T where it's capitalized might be meant to, for it to be pronounced twice. Not positive on that. I will find out before I use it again. But really cool. It's you might have seen it before. Got a tripod bottom. This is a telescopic lantern, essentially. And it is very, very bright. This will be the first time I've took it out on an overnighter, but this thing I believe is going to come in super handy for filming purposes. And it'll be very helpful in completing our camp task that we're about to do. I'm going to get a chair out to get us off the ground, and then we'll collect some wood, and I got a new fire starter that I want to play around with. So now, I know I got some clips of this that I probably threw in already, but this right here is a giant black oak tree that during Hurricane Helene is blown down. Well, it didn't blow it down, it didn't break it off, it actually uprooted it, which I'll show you the root system here in a second. But just right off to the left of this spot that I really like to hammock camp at, and that's why I'm very selective and mindful about where I choose to pitch camp, about deadfalls and stuff. This was uprooted, but where I have a bit of background knowledge in forestry and stuff, I'm also always looking at the ground, at the root systems, and at the soil type, wherever I'm pitching a tent, setting up a bushcraft shelter, or a hammock setup. Because right here is the root system. And this is, this tree's been here for who knows how long. And there was nothing wrong with the tree, but this soil type where it's this red clay type dirt, and where the ground got so saturated and it didn't have nothing to latch onto. Right there's a big old spider. It just pulled itself right out of the ground. Also underneath, right here, there's not a great example other than just that right there, but this is very, very rocky ground. But eventually this will die, dry out. We'll have lots of good firewood for whenever we decide to revisit this spot, the camp again. And we could even probably repurpose a good portion of this tree into a bushcraft shelter of some kind, because right now it's just an obstacle in the way, because that right there, that direction is the ideal way to come, but it's fell right in the path. There's just lots of briars and brambles and other debris and stuff that's fell that way, so that's why I come up from the bottom end where I had to loop around. But no big deal. So let's take and collect some wood, get a fire going, and go from there. So right now I've got that lantern on medium light. I do have my phone light on just so I can show y'all this. This is the fire starter. I'm going to be trying, not used these before, but this is Stormproof Sweet Fire. This is a UCO match fuel tinder combo here. It says that one of these is supposed to burn for 7 minutes. So to give this a test, I am just going to be using wood that I found on the ground and not even building any kind of base whatsoever. And that right there is how good that lights up the area on camera without having my phone's light on. Just as far as for me personally, I could have it on low and it lights up the area very well, but I want to make sure the lighting is okay for filming purposes. So to turn that on, whenever you get these, because they are in like an individually packaged plastic while they're in the cardboard. And then that's what it looks like, and you got your striker there on the side of the box. So I will be putting these into a separate container because this type of like woody cardboardish type material, I have used fire tenders like this before, just not from UCO, and over the course of like a 2-year period I have had like seen them absorb moisture. But without dragging it on, let's just see how this goes. Okay, so that actually lights up very well, very quickly. So laying it on wet ground, very wet sticks going on top. In case you're new, once you get your base going like it is underneath there, is to go ahead and start piling on stuff. Not too large yet, but pretty much the same diameter as up to, you know, kind of your thumb size stuff. This stuff that's larger than thumb size, I'm just building that as a foundation so we don't push it down and smother the coal base that we're trying to establish and the flame that we got. And you can start giving it small breaths. To give it a bit of oxygen, and that'll just start to help dry out this wood, and then you can start building up from there. But the key is just to get as much of a smaller. The key is just to get as much wood dried out with the heat that you have, in proportion to the heat that you have. Alright, so our fine dining options for tonight are going to consist of ramen noodle first, and then going to make a can of chili beans. So, pretty simple and straightforward. You guys have all seen this before. I'll probably just show y'all cooking the ramen because it can be done pretty easily, even in a titanium cup. Always add that later. So now I do have a spork with me, but one nice thing about ramen noodles is you can just eat them with a singular stick. I'm going to take and finish this off and just warm up my chili beans, eat them, and I will get back with y'all whenever it is time to hit the hay. Alrighty guys, it is time to hit the hay. I'm going to see if I can... This is a nice thing where this is telescopic and it goes up and down. I'm hoping that is decent lighting. There's a fire ant right there. Now with this hammock, it's got these elastic guy lines so you can pull this out, but I'm not screwing with that because I know I'm going to have to get up and pee at some point, so I don't want to be tripping over that. Not that it's something that's normally in the way, but there's still tons of limbs and stuff that's fallen, so. Rocking with the light sleeper. The weather said that it could get down to 55 degrees tonight. I can already tell where I'm at, the way that this thermal pocket that I'm in this spot, it probably won't get below 6. It'll be somewhere between 60 and 65 tonight. So I'm rocking with the light sleeper. I'm not even going to bother changing into the thermal type top that I had. This cotton shirt, it's still a bit damp, but it's like not hardly damp at all. And so yeah, this light sleep will be fine. I've got that thermal reflective bottom for this Hennessy hammock. That's something new. This is the first time that I'll be trying it in the hammock. And I think that'll be more than enough, so like I don't have to worry about having too much of this underneath me. I can just focus on using this primarily as a blanket. And due to this asymmetric lay that this hammock has, I didn't even bring a pillow because I mean I have used this hammock before. And just the asymmetric lay flat style hammocks like this, as long as you pitch them right, and once you pitch them or hang them, whatever term you want to use, and you kind of know how you like to have them hung up, you can adjust the way and the height at which you'll be inclined. So, and then I got my chair over here to the side. That's where I'm going to set my boots, and that should keep the insects and stuff from bothering them. Well, I mean, obviously we'll check them, but also that'll keep them from getting messed with or potentially messed with by any animal. The fire's pretty much died out. It's just smoking a bit, and I can watch it. Just being by the fire. And I'll get all my stuff situated. Let's get our boots off. And as I get more familiar with carrying this light around and using it for videoing, I'll get better with, you know, how the shots turn out and stuff. But as far as a trial run, this is just a good relaxing, well, fairly relaxing hammock camp after dealing with all of that Hurricane Helene stuff. And where that chair right there kind of has a more of a mesh bottom, you know, any moisture or anything from that will come out. So now we'll just play around with how we want to be in here. It's just going to be a lot easier to, right now that with the tent, well, y'all can't even see what I'm doing, so I can't get up and adjust that right now, so I do apologize, but with the sag laying in this, that's changed the pitch of the tarp because I ain't got it tied out super tight because it's not going to be windy at all tonight. But I'm going to get in here and bed down. Like I said, just trying out some new stuff this go round, so apologize for any formatting issues or anything stands out. If you're new to the channel, please check out some other videos. And yeah, guys, I will talk to y'all in the morning. Oh, good morning, guys. How's it going? That right there was a beautiful night's sleep here in the hammock. You know, testing out this kind of thermal back in a sleeping mat that I hadn't really got a chance to test out before. It worked very well. I was pretty still throughout the night, so that was just a very, very comfortable night's sleep. So now I'm going to focus on getting everything packed up, getting everything out of here, because the weather has changed again, and there's a chance that there could be some showers popping out in about the next hour to 2 hours. So I would really like to get everything packed up before that happens. So as always, guys, really appreciate you taking time to watch the video. Hit that thumbs up button if you haven't already. Share the channel, share the videos with your friends, family, anybody that enjoys good old outdoor activities and gear. If there's any gear out there that you would like to see me take out and field test over an extended period of time, let me know. Everything that I've been using will be linked down in the video description. And with all of that stuff said, till the next one, guys, adios.